Hello, hello, hello. I'm here to share my first ever transformation marker. It happened a number of years ago. I'm going to say probably around five. Around five. I don't want it to be that long ago. Actually, I would love it to be longer ago than that, that I was starting on this transformation journey. But anyway, it has to do with dental floss, and I have shared the topic at least, and I think perhaps a shorter version of the story here or there. But this is the first one that I can ever remember. And I'll just tell the story, I guess, first. I have always been hesitant about going to the dentist. Ever since dentist after dentist lied to me when I was a kid, hurt me. When they said, oh, if it bothers you, just, if you really want me to stop, just put your finger up. And I would put my finger up and they would say, oh, just give me another minute. And the olden days with the sounds of the drills, and I don't want to even tell all the stories because it may bring them all back up again. I don't want to do that. And so I didn't go to the dentist for quite a while. And yes, this is the backstory. You need to have it. And I realized that my teeth had gotten in a very bad situation. And actually, I was having a lot of trouble with bad breath. And I just knew this was all connected. I needed to get to the dentist. I went to the dentist and it was bad. I had gum disease and I needed all kinds of work. But to begin with, just a cleaning, a simple cleaning. Well, fortunately, my person, Carrie O, I've lost track of her, but she was very kind to me, and they set an appointment up for an hour, 4 different appointments for an hour each, where she would numb with topical stuff, numb a quarter of my mouth and clean that area. And then numb on the next visit for an hour, numb that area, numb a little bit, work, numb a little bit, work, and got my whole mouth clean and measured everything and explained about the gum disease and how I was in trouble. And all this time she was talking to me about, you really should floss. You really should floss. And I've heard that really all my adult life. You should floss. You should floss. And I've never been able to get used to the skill or the habit. And besides that, at the end of the day, I'm exhausted. I just run around taking care of everybody, accomplishing a long list of things to do in varieties of areas, multitasking all the way. I don't know about you, but I've always run on 3 different levels, not just 2 in my thought life. And I listened very kindly to her, and that was all well and good, but I just knew in my mind, this isn't going to work. But when she gave me the numbers of exposing, my gums, how things were exposed and all of that, I knew I needed to do something. But along with that, she said, I can't see myself brushing and flossing 3 times a day after every meal. So there. And she said, no, you don't need to do that. Just once a day. You just need to brush really well and floss once a day. That'll be fine. I said, are you sure that's okay with the dentist? Oh, yes, that's fine. That's fine. So I thought, okay, that doesn't seem so bad. All right, I'll give it a try. And it seemed to make sense to me, since I woke in the morning thinking about what I needed to do before I even put my feet on the floor, and then ran like mad all day long, that I would consider it at the end of the day. But yes, by the time the end of the day rolled around, I was really tired. I might have done it once and forgot the next day, which made complete sense because it wasn't a habit or a routine yet. And then I said, well, come on, Sandra, you need to make an effort here. If you do it for 3 times or 3 weeks or whatever, you'll build a habit. It'll be automatic. Well, I don't know, maybe I did it a couple more times. I don't really remember. But what I do remember is the struggle I had. Because I remembered you need to brush and floss well, I might brush, but I'm not going to floss. I think I'd already gotten into bed. Oh no. Oh no. I'm exhausted. I can't. I don't really need to do it. I don't really need to do it. It's like, I'm more tired than I really need to brush my teeth. I need my sleep more than I need to floss. I was lying there, and now that I think back, I'm suspicious that it was actually Holy Spirit whispering to me. I thought, oh, so you're going to decide for your own well-being to stay in bed for sleep rather than spend 5 minutes brushing and flossing. Didn't sound so good when I said it that way. Didn't sound so good at all. It's like, well, either your teeth are worth taking care of. Either your health is worth taking care of, or it isn't. I could really see the balance of the decision that I was making. And I decided right then, my teeth were worth it. I'm worth it. I need to get in there. What a ridiculous way to make a decision, to think that I'm taking care of myself by getting sleep and ignoring proper dental hygiene. Seriously, Sandra, what are you thinking? I've said a lot of things and lectured myself in that vein while I brushed and flossed my teeth very carefully. And I just thought it was such a big deal anyway, because all my life I'd heard 3 times a day. And so, but I mean, I fell off. If I didn't do it after breakfast, I was already messed up and wasted. I was a failure that day. Why bother picking up lunch or dinner? But here was once a day, the end of the day. What else do you have to do? You'll fall into bed and go right. All right. So that was the day. That was the day. Did I all of a sudden become an automatic flosser? No, I didn't. It was an effort. I had to be intentional. And those times when it happened, I don't know how many times, that I got in bed and then I remembered. It was like, oh no. And I would drag myself out, go down the hall, and brush my teeth and floss. Now that was a number of years ago, and the battle isn't over. The battle hasn't ended. However, I'm on a completely different plane now, because that little bitty start helped me working in to continue on the transformation journey with other kinds of awareness and growth and decisions and commitment and intentionality to meet the challenge. These days, well, in the last 2 years since I've been, almost 3, the last 3 years since I've been here in South Carolina, I have a great dentist, and they agree with once a day, and they're giving me great reports. I go every 6 months, so for a cleaning and all of that, so that I don't get to be in real trouble. And now when I go, I report how many times I missed. In the last 6 months, I've missed flossing 2 times or 3 times because, I don't know, whatever the reason was. I don't know. Could be I was away. Doesn't really matter. But it's a great way. I mean, it's an upbeat. I'm not reporting to them how many times I failed. I'm actually reporting. I mean, can you imagine? I just think about it from their side. Like, really? Because I have been flossing for 6 months, except for these 2 or 3 times when I didn't. That report is huge. And my appointment starts off on a real upbeat, and it really is a jump start. It really was. And each one of these transformation markers is motivation and inspiration. It's confirmation of my progress down that in the transformation, and also in inspiration to keep on going because I'm making progress. I'm not going to find perfection in this life, but I'm definitely making progress. So that's my floss story on my transformation marker.